Angelites. Today, let's talk about special right triangles. So we have two types of special right triangle. Let's discuss the first one. The first one will be 45, 45, 90-degree triangle. So this is an example of this triangle. We will have these guides so that we can determine whether it is a 45, 45, 90-degree triangle. So let's describe its characteristics. The first characteristics will be legs have equal measurement. So that will mean both of these is equal to each other. And then the hypotenuse is square root of 2 times as long as either of the legs. So you'll just need to multiply one of the value of the legs and then multiply it to square root of 2. Let's have an example for you to understand this type of triangle. So we will have a guide here and then the actual example. For example, the given value of one leg is 3 units. So determine the remaining sides of this 45, 45, 90-degree triangle. According to the definition a while ago, the legs are equal to each other. That would mean the other leg is also equal to 3. And then the measurement of the hypotenuse is the measurement of the legs times square root of 2. That would mean you'll just combine the two. 3 and then square root of 2. Another example. So we'll have a guide here again. For example naman, what if the given is below 8? That would mean, ganun lang din siya. The measurement of the other leg will be 8 and then the measurement of the hypotenuse is 8 square root of 2. For you to do this one, I hope you still remember the location of the legs and the location of the hypotenuse. As a review, the location of the leg is adjacent to this symbol, 90-degree symbol. Nakatouch siya dun sa 90-degree symbol, while the hypotenuse is the opposite of the 90-degree symbol. Nasa kabilang banda siya nung 90-degree symbol. That's how you determine, as a review, the legs and the hypotenuse. Now, let's move forward to the next example. For example, this one. What if given naman is yung hypotenuse? The hypotenuse measures 6 square root of 2. As you can see, 6 is in different color green siya. According to the definition, you'll just multiply the leg and then the square root of 2. You'll just reverse the definition yan. Since you multiply 6 to the square root of 2, that would mean the number that you multiply to the square root of 2 will be the value of your legs. That would mean 6 will be the measurement of each legs. They are identical. As a review. In a 45, 45, 90-degree triangle, the legs have the equal measurement. And that is for the first type of triangle. Next, let's have another example by rotating the triangle. What if we rotated the triangle? The first thing you need to do is to identify the parts. Saan ba yung legs? Saan ba yung hypotenuse? So you'll apply what you learned a while ago. So the legs are attached to this symbol, right? So this is the legs of this figure. And then the hypotenuse is the opposite of this symbol, nasa kabilang banda, which is this part. Okay? Assume that the given is this part. So this is the hypotenuse. Same explanation to the previous example. The number that you multiply to the square root of 2 will be the value of your legs. That would mean 9 units will be the measurement of each legs. Okay, that is for this example. Next, let's have another example. So what if we have this given? Let us solve for the value of A and for the value of B. So what is the difference this time? So as you can see, the value of your legs has the radical symbol this time. So the first thing we need to do is to identify the leg and the hypotenuse in this given. So what is A in this given? This is hypotenuse, right? And then B is your legs. Okay. Now, to solve for this one, remember, according to the definition, both legs have the same measurement. So that would mean the value of your B is equal to 7 square root of 5. right? Because each leg has the equal measurement. Now, let's move on to the value of your A. So, to solve for A, just copy your leg and then multiply it to square root of 2. Okay? For the next step, you'll just multiply both radicals. So, 5 times 2, this will become 10. Okay, as a review, how do you come up with the answer of 10? You'll just multiply both radicals. So 5 times 2 is equal to 10. That's how you get A and B. Okay. Next. What do we have another given? Okay, for example, this one. So let's solve for the value of A and B. The first thing you can answer for this one, pwede nyo namang unahin yung A followed by B. Pero much easy kasi since given na yung legs natin, if you remember, both legs have the same measurement. So, A is your hypotenuse, while B is your legs, right? So, since this is also leg, that would mean they have the equal measurement. So, B will be 5 square root of 18 as well. Next, for A, you'll just multiply your leg, which is 5 square root of 18 times square root of 2. If your question is square root of 2 constant? Yes, square root of 2 is constant in every example. And then just like what we did on the previous example, you'll just multiply both radicals. 18 times 2 is square root of 36. Now, if you're familiar with the perfect square numbers, square root of 36 has an answer because 36 is considered as a perfect square number. So the square root of 36 is 6. Okay? So you need to simplify this one. Unlike the radical symbol on the previous example, square root of 10 does not have any simplification anymore. 5 times 6 to continue. So the answer is 30. Okay? That would mean the measurement of A is 30. While the measurement of B is 5 square root of 18. For the next example, we will have the second part, which is the 30, 60, 90 triangle. For this triangle, we have this pattern. So for the legs, it is adjacent to 60 degrees. Okay? The legs adjacent to 60 degrees, twice the hypotenuse. So ano ibig sabihin ng legs adjacent to 60 degrees? So you see the symbol, we have 3 symbols just like a while ago. Unlike kanina na parehong 45 yan, this time, it is different. The first degree will be 30, the second degree will be 60, and then yung constant natin na right triangle which is 90. When we say legs adjacent to 60 degrees, ito yung part na to. This is the adjacent part. Okay? While this one, this side, which is another leg, it is adjacent to 30 degrees. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin nito? Adjacent to 60 degrees, twice the hypotenuse. So, this will be x. Okay? And then legs adjacent to 30 degrees, square root of 3 times the legs adjacent to 60 degrees. So, ano ibig sabihin nun? So, let's start with this one. Legs adjacent to 60 degrees. So, this will be marked as x. Twice the hypotenuse, ibig sabihin, kung ano yung given mo dito sa part na to, yung katabi ng 60 degrees, dodoblihin mo lang siya, and that will be your hypotenuse. And then, to get this one, you just need to multiply yung adjacent mo kanina dito na given sa 60 degrees, multiplied by square root of 3. Kamukha dun sa example natin kanina a while ago, dun sa 45, 45, 90, you'll just need to multiply it by square root of 2, or you'll just stick with it. O baga pagdedikitin mo lang yung value. That's how you get the side, which is the leg adjacent to 30 degrees. For you to understand this one, let's have an actual example. So, ito yung guide natin, di ba? For example, ito, 5. Di ba ito yung given natin? Adjacent to 60 degrees. As a review, yung hypotenuse, dodoblihin mo lang yung value ni 5. So, this one will become 10. Okay? So, dinoble lang natin yung value times 2. Yung value nung legs which is adjacent to 60 degrees. Basta, pag nag-rotate yung triangle, make sure titignan mo yung mga values ni 30 and 60 kung nasaan sila nakalagay. Okay? Basta yung katabi ni 60, doblein mo lang para makuha yung hypotenuse. And then, can we get the value, which is the legs, which is adjacent to 30 degrees? You'll just need to combine yung value ng number kanina dito, tsaka yung square root of 3. In this case, 5 yung number natin, you'll just multiply it to square root of 3. Ko-combine mo lang sila. Okay, ganyan siya. How about the next example? For example, eto. So, this time, we have 10 here, right? So, 10, dodoblin mo lang siya, you will get 20, right? And then, to get the side adjacent to 30 degrees, pag kakombine mo lang yung 10 and square root of 3. So, ganun siya. So, for another example, what if given naman yung hypotenuse natin, which is 8? How can we get the legs adjacent to 60 degrees? Diba, as a review, related yung adjacent to 60 degrees tsaka yung hypotenuse natin, right? In this case, nagkabaliktad yung 30 and 60 natin. So, dito na yung 60 degrees natin. This time, baliktarin mo lang yung concept. Instead of twicing it, hatiin mo siya to get the side or legs which is adjacent to 60 degrees. In this case, 8, get the half of it, you will get 4. To check, diba sabi kanina, the legs adjacent to 60 degrees, which is this one, eto katabi niya, right? You'll just twice it to get the hypotenuse. If you twice 4, you will get 8. And then, to get the legs or the measurement of the side, which is adjacent to 30 degrees, you'll just combine the x, which is yung sa 60 degrees, by square root of 3. In this case, we have 4. We have 4. 4. And then, square root of 3. Ayan siya. Ayan siya. Okay. Next example. What if given naman yung side, which is adjacent to 30 degrees? How can we get the measurement of the remaining sides given that ito yung given? So, if you can see the red number, 14, that will be your number dun sa side adjacent to 60 degrees. So, separate mo lang siya ulit, ganyan. So, this is 14. And then, to get the hypotenuse, just twice this number. So, 14 times 2, this will become 28. Okay, to check. Okay, that is correct, right? Okay, next example. Let's have problem solving. Let's apply our lesson to a real-life problem by answering this worded problem. So, for the first example, the diagram below shows the roof of a house. Suppose you need to replace a beam that connects the two sides of the roof. How long should the beam be? Okay? So, for example, ito yung given natin, 4 square root of 32. In this case, this is an example of 45, 45, 90 degree triangle. It's because wala namang roof na hindi pantay yung bubong nila, right? So, we can assume that this is 45, 45, 90 degree triangle. So, review tayo. How do we determine the legs and hypotenuse in a right triangle? So, since etong symbol na to, nakatouch siya dun sa dalawang side, we can assume that this is a leg. And then, etong side na to, nakatouch siya ulit dun sa symbol na to, we can assume that this is another leg. And the missing one will be hypotenuse. According to the 45, 45, 90 degree triangle, to solve for this side missing hypotenuse, you'll just multiply the leg by square root of 2. Okay? So, for the hypotenuse, leg times square root of 2. If you still remember. If you forgot this concept, you may rewind this video para ma-review kayo. Okay? And then, just substitute, ano ba yung leg na given sa problem? So, we have 4 square root of 32 and then multiply by square root of 2. Right? And then, for the next step, just multiply both radicals. So, we have 4 times square root of 64. If you remember, 64 is considered as a perfect square number. So, you can simplify this radical by getting its conversion. So, square root of 64 is equal to 8. Right? And then, just multiply these two numbers. The product of 4 and 8 is 32. That would mean the measurement of this beam is equal to 32 units. That is for the first problem. For the second problem naman, so in this situation, you are creating a fence for a square lot plantation to prevent pests from coming to your plants. Okay, so that would mean Ito yung fence, yung mismong side ng square mo. Okay? So, you just need to cover it up. So, the question is, how long does the fence will be if you only have a time to measure the diagonal, which measures 15 square root of 2? That will mean wala ka daw time na umikot dun sa mismong fence. So, yung pwede mo lang gawin is to measure the diagonal, which is valid pa rin naman. Okay? So, this measures 15 square root of 2. How can you apply the special right triangles to solve this one? If you can see, this square has the measurement of 90 degrees. Okay? So, kung hahatiin mo yan, since nahati yung, the diagonal divides the angle into two equal parts, that would mean the 90 will be divided into 2. So, what will happen here is, this will become 45. This is also 45. Okay? That would mean, yung dito naman sa taas, 90 degrees din siya. So, kapag hinati mo yung 90 into 2, this is also 45 and also 45. That would mean this is an example or application of a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle. So, you can apply the concept to solve this problem. So, given that we have two triangles, right? Just focus on the one of the triangles given. For me to solve this one, ako pipilin ko yung sa babang triangle. Okay? Because meron na tayong available na symbol sa baba. Okay? Next, determine what is given. So the given is 15 square root of 2. Determine whether it is a hypotenuse or leg so that you can apply the definition well. Okay? Based from the given symbol, it is opposite of this side. Nasa kabila siyang banda. So we can assume that the given is a hypotenuse. Okay, that will mean the missing is leg and another leg. As a review, to get the value of leg, so yung hypotenuse, you'll just get the number which is beside the radical symbol. Okay, which is equal to 15. Okay, that would mean the value of this leg is equal to 15. And according to the definition of 45, 45, 90 degree triangle, parehong measurement yung mga legs. Diba? They are equal in measurement. So we can assume that this is also 15. And according sa definition ng square, each side has equal measurement. Sa square, lahat ng side have equal measurement. So we can assume that the value of side above is also 15 and this is also equal to 15. So what is the point? Why did we get the measurement of each side? Because this measurement represents the length of the fences. Okay? That would mean, pag-add mo lang yung apat na yan, so the length of the fences is, kumbaga perimeter yan. So 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15. So you will get 60. That would mean the measurement of the entire fence is equal to 60 units. That's how we got it. Or simply, another technique, kung given yung diagonal, kunwari 15 square root of 2, kung isa-separate mo yung dalawang numbers na yan, 15 yung makakuha mo, right? You'll just multiply it by 4 because you have 4 fences. So 15 times 4, 60. That's another way. And that is for problem solving number 2. For the next problem naman, this will be the last problem. So a person is flying a kite using 40 meters of kite string as shown in the diagram. What is the approximate measure of the height, age of the kite? So we have a clue here that the person is handling the kite string by measurement of 60 degree. Okay, that would mean automatic, this is 90 and this is 30 degrees in measurement. So the problem is you need to get the measurement of this one. So eto, wala na tayong or ignore na natin siya since di naman siya ina-ask. However, the given, yung string, this measures 40 meters, right? So how can we solve this problem? So if you recall the definition of 30, 60, 90 degree triangle a while ago, if you have given hypotenuse, hanapin mo yung adjacent to 60 degrees. So in this one, 30 to, and this is 60. Ito yung 60, that means ito yung adjacent side, right? And To get the measurement of this adjacent side, hanapin mo lang yung measurement ni hypotenuse, hatiin mo lang. Baliktarin mo yung concept. So, 40 will become 20 meter. Diba, as a review, yung adjacent to 60, yung measurement niya, twice mo to get the hypotenuse, x, 2x. So, 20, twice it, you will get 40, which is correct. And then, to get the measurement of the side adjacent to 30, you just need to multiply yung side adjacent to 60 by square root of 3. Kumbaga, pagdidikitin mo lang. So, in this case, the value is 20. And then, multiply it to square root of 3. That would mean the measurement or the measurement of the height is equal to 20 square root of 3 meters. As a reminder, if you will answer this one on your Aralinks account, please do not involve the unit so that we may prevent the Aralinks from glitching or making your answer incorrect even though tama naman yung sagot ninyo. Okay, again, do not put the units anymore. And that is for our lesson for today. My apologies for not having the synchronous classes this week because of circumstances. If you have some question, you may freely ask me to my messenger account. I will do my best to answer your questions well. Okay? You may now start answering activity number 5 entitled Special Right Triangles, which is indicated on your Aralinks account. Okay? You may answer that one for the first 2 hours. Please be sensitive with the time limit. I did not include the solutions part anymore because you can answer this lesson mentally naman. Okay? Let's see each other next meeting. Have a good day.